Tanner Bjorklund is my original name, Kenneth GoodRich, stage name. I'm from, was born in San Diego, moved to Temecula, California. I lived there till I was about like 18, and I moved to Long Beach. Started going to Cal State Long Beach, and I've never really been back to my hometown since then. Well, I remember my mom got me when I was probably like 6, 7. She got me the Marshall Mathers LP, and I thought that was just dope. Like, but I got the clean version, obviously. That shit, she got the clean, so there's no cuss words or anything. But like, I was like, my mom, like, she listened to Snoop Dogg. She listened to Snoop Dogg a lot. Like it wasn't like she was, not at all. I wasn't at all influenced by hip hop, but it wasn't like now, like where I just study so much. Like I'm just always in a hip hop mindset as far as like just like wordplay and just like hearing what other people are coming up with, or just like just focusing mostly on my own shit, because honestly, like the majority of the time I'm listening to stuff that I can sample and sounds that I think in my head that I could create, because sometimes when you listen to other people's music, a lot of time you get lost in that and you start making stuff just like them, and it's like, so guys like Kendrick, a lot of big artists, they say that like they don't even really listen to hip hop that much. I grew up racing motocross. I was injured for like 3 years, like getting surgery after surgery. Like they couldn't fix my knee, so they kept doing, more surgeries to try to fix it. That's when my passion for hip hop, really like started growing, because I was like, fuck, I can't do anything. I can't really do anything else. So it's like, I'm gonna, I just started really getting into learning about lyricism and all that stuff. When I had this injury, the doctor told me like they were worried about just even being able to fix it, just because there was nothing holding my knee joint together at all. And he's like, you can't be doing that anymore. Like you have to stop doing that, because if you mess your knee up again, like it's already messed up so messed up. Like there's nothing holding it together. So he's like, you can't do it anymore. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna be fine. Like I'll be doing physical therapy. Like I just had the mindset I was gonna keep racing. And so the first ride back that I had after 2 years, I retore my ACL. And I was like, damn, like this fucking sucks, man. I'm gonna like it, and it literally, like, I just barely dabbed my foot in a corner and it tore, because it's just so loose and it just has no stability. So that's when I was like, fuck, I need to just go all in on focusing on music and going to college, because I didn't have the mindset to go to school at the time. I thought that motocross was going to be my career. When I had that injury and I just dove into hip hop how I did with that, because I was like, I just have that mentality, is going all in on something, not really half-assing it, doing it halfway as like a hobby. Like, this is what I want to do.
And I don't know if you know what you want to be when you grow kinda old, but I tell you, man, this life, it is hella cutthroat. They gon' tell you just to work and get a normal job, and one day you gon' die. I'ma tell you, find some peace of mind, do what you love, and what you love is right here, homie.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
who's your favorite artist?
Fuck, bro. Right now, I mean, lyrically, like my style, like people always give me like you sound like this, like how you flow and how you put words together. I'd say Kendrick, just on how like he dices. He's very like Eminem. Kendrick is, and I've watched interviews on him talking about that. Like, M is like one of his like favorite artists as far as like who he's studying and stuff. It's like how you put the wordplay together and you chop the syllables up. He's very good at it. I like how he, does that. And I think Kendrick for sure on that standpoint, but at the same time, I respect that Kanye makes, with the production side of things, like he's very talented in that as well. Kendrick he just is very good with his beat selection. He has really good dudes to choose from, but he doesn't really produce on his own, I think the biggest thing with making music is inspiration. Like you find something that's like, fuck, oh my God, I need to make this. Like it's just, you get that buzz in your mind. It's like that creative high. And I think that that's definitely a possibility. I haven't really studied like what you're talking about, and I haven't even heard that. But I think that like you listen to certain people, and it inspires you to create. And I don't know, like if you would, like I don't know, I'd have to step in his shoes.
How many projects do you have out right now currently?
I only have one project that I put out. I mean, tons of singles and shit, but one project I put out in like 2015. Right now, I literally went on my team fell apart and stuff, and then like we were trying to put this project out, and so I was like, fuck man, like I just kind of lost inspiration for dropping it as a project. Like I wrote like a full entire like script from like beginning to end of like all the different stuff that I had to make the songs come together. But like I kind of just like, I don't know man, I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna do some other stuff, and I'm just figured that it's better to drop it as singles like right now, like once I build my fan base stronger, and be doing shows and stuff, and just getting more in contact with the community in Long Beach, because like that's important. Like you need to have like a good structure of people that are following you to put a tape out, and then be patient enough to listen all the way fucking through it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know who the hell I am, like why would you want to, it's going to take something that's going to strike you to want to listen to me. And like I know like from little shows I do and shit, every single person always like, whoa, like 'cause I'm just a white kid that's like, like you don't see that I would rap. Like most people don't see that. I don't dress like so I think that right now my mission is just putting out singles. I'm trying to do like this next weekend, I'm putting a single out with my homie, and we're building a team with Clever and shit. And we have some dope dudes on it right now, but we're putting a track out next week.
Your brand, Clever.
Yeah.
What are the details, and how did that come about?
So it all came about in the beginning when I started, when I put my like first team together, and that fell apart, and I was like, it was just, Clever was just sitting there, wasn't really anything. My vision was to make it a label. That's what I, wanted it to be. And so over time, I was, just making music and shit, and I hit this guy up right here, Garrett G. Water, and I was like, yo, I had this track. I was like, this track was, it was a dope track. And I was like, I want to do some visuals for this. I don't have anybody to do it right now. And me and him lived in like the same suite when we dormed freshman year in college. So like that's how I knew him. And we did this video, and he like really fucked with the song. And I just showed him like the rest of my music. We kind of just started hanging out. I told him about like Clever, and like we had a lot of like similarities as far as like our ambition and just like people we look up to and stuff like that. The vision for Clever is to just promote, individualism and people that really do what they want to do instead of doing what other people are telling them to do, worrying about other people's opinions and shit. Like a homeless motherfucker on the street that's like, I'm just homeless because I don't want to fucking, be a slave to the system and go get an average ass fucking job. I'm fine with just like living off of nothing and just playing my guitar all day to make people happy. Like, we want to support people that are all about what they do, and they're 100% about it.
So, thanks for having me, man. It was a real good guest. Why don't you tell us now? You said you had a single coming up.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us do you have an exact date for that single, or?
I don't exactly. Just next weekend. I don't know when this shit's gonna drop, so like I can't just Ken.GoodRich, 2 N's in Ken. Clever Empire. Follow Clever _Empire, and yeah, you'll be in touch with all the artists on our team and everything that we're dropping.